Hi, I'm in my kitchen today and I have some fish food. Look who's here with me. I brought Dory home since we're not at school, and I bet if I put his food up here, he'll come get some over here. I'm feeding you way over here. You have to come over here. You keep watching. I bet you'll see Dory swimming around in there. Oh, look what else I brought home. The morning message board. It says, let's make paint! Exclamation point. I felt like painting, but I don't have any paint at home like I do at school, so I'm going to make some. My recipe says I need 1 spoonful of flour, 1 spoonful of salt, and 1 spoonful of water. If I want to make a lot of paint, I'll use a big spoon. If I want to make a little paint, I'll use a little spoon. I'm going to use this tablespoon. So the first thing I needed was flour. And I have some flour here. So I'm going to put 1 tablespoon of flour in my little cup. Oops, still some at the bottom. And the next thing I needed started with an S. That was the salt. I'm going to put a little salt. Fill that up to the top. Going very slow so I don't spill. This might be something that a grown-up helps you with. I'm going to put that in there. And before I add my other ingredient, I'm going to stir it up. Mix them all together so you can't tell which is the salt and which is the flour. It's all combined. That's the word they use in the recipe book. It's combined. And now the last thing I needed started with a W. Water. And I just brought a bowl of water over. So I'm going to take a scoop of water and I'm going to mix that in. I might use a different spoon because this spoon is pretty deep and this one's shallow. It might be easier to mix. So I'm going to mix that up. What does paint look like at school? Is it really thick or is it very liquidy? Let's see. This still looks like powder, doesn't it? So I'm going to add a little bit more water. See what happens. We're actually doing some science here to get ready for our art. We've mixed some other things together at school. We've mixed baking soda and vinegar, and we've mixed cornstarch and water. Have we done any other combinations? Today we're doing salt and flour. And look, mine's getting thicker. Add a little bit more water. I'd like it to be a little bit more liquidy. Because my bowl is so shallow, I have to mix very slowly. Okay, so what color do I have so far? White? I could paint with white if I had some paper that was black or purple or blue, but I only have white paper at my house. So I'm going to take part of my paint and put it in the other dishes. I'm going to divide it up. And then I'm going to add some color to it. So, at your house, you might have something called, food coloring. And you might just be able to go squirt, squirt, and make your paint a different color. So I'm going to use the blue. I'm just going to squirt, maybe 2 squirts in there. And I'm going to mix it up. And now I have some blue paint. Maybe though, you don't have any food coloring at your house. That happens sometimes. You run out or you don't need it. Here's another thing I've tried. Guess what I put in my cup? Marker. This was one of my old markers. You know when you forget to put the cap on and they don't write very well? If you stick them in water, it'll turn the water colors. You see, look at, that's turning pink. So I'm going to use this. I'm going to pour into that one. I better get a different spoon so I don't mix my blue before I'm ready to. So I can mix that together. Maybe I need a little bit more paint. Take some from there. And now I've got some pink paint. There's another way you can add colors. Because some things in your house already turn colors. Look at this. This I found in my spice cupboard. This is called turmeric. And sometimes you use it for cooking, but it also makes things change colors. If I can open it, I'll put a little bit in there. See, that's powdery. I'm gonna mix that together. Ooh, now I'm getting some yellow paint. So there's lots of different ways you can add colors. You might already have paint at your house. You might have some watercolors or some regular paint. So I have paint, and I have, ooh, how am I going to paint? I could use a paintbrush. I could use a Q-tip. Or you know what else I could use? I could even use my fingers. That's how I did this one. It's kind of sparkly. I'm gonna use some pink on here. That's very light. How about some blue? Ooh, that one's darker. This is kind of bumpy feeling. You can feel the salt inside of it. But it'll dry. It takes a little while to dry. That's what the, ooh, that's pretty. That's almost peach. If you don't want to get dirty, you can use Q-tip or paintbrush. I wonder what you'll paint a picture of today. Do you have an idea? Are you ready to get started? I'll see you soon. Bye-bye. Say bye to Dory. Just say bye to Dory. Bye, Dory. There he is. There. Bye, Dory.